Hello and welcome to session 39 in the Kingdom of Agick. I'm Gregory. This is 1 in 20 D&D. I keep feeling like I'm saying Agick instead of Agick, but anyway, that's irrelevant. We're playing 5e D&D tonight, and last time we were in the midst of a heated conversation with one Mirage Vizon, and he was essentially. I'm gonna do kind of a quick summary of the information he gave you, and then also give a chance for y'all if you want to, if there's anything additional you want to ask him at this point, and sort of handle that right now. So Mirage Vizan basically called himself a mud sorcerer, and he spoke of his involvement with the Black Earth. He is apparently subordinate to Marlos Ernrel, who you had encountered earlier. Marlos Ernrel is the prophet of Earth, and the main difference between Mirage and Marlos is that Marlos has apparently received visions. Visions from who they have referred to as Ogrimach, the Lord of Earth, or the Lord Ogrimach. And you know that Mirage apparently, or perhaps I should say, has retreated, at least for the moment, to the Fane of the Eye. And you asked Mirage what exactly the Fane of the Eye was, and he explained that the Fane of the Eye was a location below this complex known as Tia Basil, an ancient dwarven complex that has been taken over by, long abandoned, and recently taken over by, at least this portion, this area of Tia Basil has been taken over by the Black Earth, and the Fane of the Eye is apparently below, and is where Marlos goes to seek guidance and commune with Ogrimach, apparently. He has offered to reward you with coin if you were to go and deal with the fire, those who worship the fire in the eternal flame, the temple of eternal flame. Excuse me. He offered to point you in that direction, and was essentially giving Kyra some information about the alchemical bits and bobs he has in his chamber here in this room. Again, as a reminder, there are stones that have been removed from the floor so that he can essentially dig into the earth. There are statues of dwarves with these like maces on their hands that surround the room. Some of them have been broken or almost seem melted. And you had just finished conferring with each other and were asking him one or two more questions. And that's sort of where we left things. So do you have any further questions for him? He's repeatedly asked for. He just wishes to go back to his work. He keeps calling it his work. Back to his work and his studies.
I have no further questions.
I want to know, did I actually learn anything from him? Because I asked him specifically, tell me what these potions are. So did Kyra learn any kind of potions, or did I figure out what I had stolen previously,
Yeah.
or
So so through the course of discussing and just like the little bits he's shared with you, you're you're fairly certain you might have pilfered an acid, a small vial of acid. It seems that he has basic alchemical stuff on the table. Some acids, some bases, some, simple powders and such that he's using. He's just like he's trying to learn. It seems like, and he's probably alluded or even downright said that he's trying to learn all the different features and qualities of different types of earth. There's like a small pile of light brown earth. There's another pile right next to it of this really rich, dark, loose earth. There's another one that's very clay-like and dusty. There's all these various piles that he maybe has collected or has had collected from the area around here, as well as probably down here, and who knows from where else. And so he's doing different studies or trying to learn the different qualities of each one. I'm going to say
And
that
add a deposit to his collection if he likes.
I'm going to say that I think that one thing he didn't you didn't really suss from him is like what he is, because he's certainly not human. That's pretty clear, and the more you stand next to him, the more obvious it becomes. He's definitely shaped like a human, built like a human, but there's certain things about his skin and his
so.
He sounded British to me.
So I don't understand. Like, did I not learn anything at all? I'm confused
I
because that
mean,
was
yeah,
my
you did. I
question.
mean, you learned some simple stuff about what he's doing, and you enough to think I mean, you saw what you grabbed, and enough of what he said suggested that you probably grabbed a small vial of acid.
Thank you. I think I missed that part. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
that's what I was wondering.
You're fairly certain that's what you grabbed. There were acids, bases, probably some distilled water, this kind of thing. Just simple, again, very simple. There's probably some alcohol, little stuff like that, little vials, little jars, decanters, and so forth. There's some on one table, some on the other. He seems to be running maybe one or two different experiments, and he just gave you some simple, basic information about them without going into incredible detail. Um, but you gleaned enough from what he said that you think you grabbed a small vial of acid. Uh, Beyond that, as far as more information, he's confirmed some of the things you've already figured out. Um, he uh, he confirmed that they call themselves the Black Earth. This is the Temple of the Black Earth. He confirmed that that Marlos is the prophet, and he apparently has no. It seems that he has no interest in um, moving Marlos out of the way. You probably guess that if that happened anyway, he wouldn't be upset about it, but he's not actively trying to like usurp Marlos. Um, he's just yeah, he's a you pretty well gathered right off the bat. In fact, through the whole conversation, that for better or worse, he seems to be desiring to be left alone and to try to steer you toward like, why don't you go bother those people at the eternal flame? And he's offered to pay you as well, if you will.
Did he let us know where the eternal flame is?
Absolutely. He'll basically give you a description that there's actually two ways you can get there. Uh, the first being through through the chamber guarded by the ogres that you encountered. So you saw that long hallway uh, that headed to the west. Kyra, if you're speaking, you're muted, so I'm not hearing anything. Okay, super. Just checking. So that corridor goes to the west into the area that's been. Apparently, there's different areas of this great dwarven complex, and the Black Earth has claimed this area. Apparently, the Eternal Flame is in the area to the west. He also claims that there's another passage. If you go up to the northwest, um, there's a second passage that will go west into their area. He said it's marked by 4 great columns in the center of the room. And he apparently knows that Marlos has fled, so he would indicate that it's past the rooms that Marlos had been using as his chambers. So you get a pretty good idea of where he's talking about.
Okay. I'm just sort of going to wait for the others to do something. I'm just the muscle. And personally, I see no reason to attack this guy if he's not hostile. He seems sort of like a tech wuss to me. I mean, we can, like, give him a swirly in the local, latrine, but that's about it.
So how are Kyra and Farron going to proceed? Any other questions? You're muted. No?
I hear him.
Oh, I think I might have had you muted, Reed. I apologize. That's weird.
Oh, okay.
Must have clicked that by accident. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Apologies.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, I'll basically be saying, so the only thing I'm worried about this whole go attack the fire people thing is that I like the way the world is right now, and I don't really. It sounds like you're stalling for time for this ever-growing mountain thing.
I'm not understanding that. Ever-growing mountain?
Yeah, it's a little thing that your leader is nurturing called a black geode.
Ah, the Black Geode. I see.
So that's all I'm thinking is that this is like a stalling thing where you just like go deal with them while we make this thing.
He says, well, I can tell you one thing. He says, to the best of my knowledge, and as far as I have been told, there have been no outwards attacks from any one of the elementalists that you may encounter. At least not from the Black Earth. He says, have you not felt the changes in the ethers? Things are always shifting, and they always will. Perhaps it is time for the 4 elements to reassert themselves. He doesn't look like he's trying to. He's not like threatening or being like. I don't want to say elusive or anything. It's almost more like conversational.
Mm-hmm.
Like you seem like an intelligent person, so he's having an intelligent conversation with you.
Oh.
Let me double check something.
Can I
We all have our.
try
We
and
all
do
have
a insight to see if he is nervous? Because I was kind of insinuating that it's like, hey, you're telling us to go deal with this, so you bide time for yourself. Do I gather any sort of like, oh crap, sort of thing off him?
To try to determine what exactly.
Like if he's just, oh no, never mind about that, and
Bide for time. If you're trying to like vie
yeah,
for time.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally legit.
a
Succeed.
16.
Um, he doesn't seem to be. He seems like he seems more like a teacher that's being pestered by his or her students that just really wants to just get back to whatever they're doing.
Mm.
Because I mean that's you get this. Yeah, he's been somewhat forthright, right? He seems he seems a little concerned, but you gather it's probably more that he knows you guys just like stormed through here. Uh, he seems to be sort of neutral about it, but at the same time, it's like maybe it irks him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Um. Well, not. We've had reports of elementals attacking. I
Here's the
tell you
thing.
about.
Let me sum one thing up that I probably am not doing a very good job of conveying. Through your conversations, the the the, the essence of what you get from this cat is that he supports the Black Earth because it deepens his understanding of elemental magic. So he's not like rah rah the Black Earth at all. It's more that like, well, the Black Earth suits my purposes because I want to deeply understand Earth magic. In fact, he goes on
Whoa!
to say
I
to
hear
you,
you.
he'll say, he says, perhaps you are not familiar with my kind. Clearly, I am not human. Uh, are you familiar with the races of the Genasi? And he says, I am an Earth Genasi. Perhaps you have never encountered someone like me.
Oh no, I'm fully aware.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine Farron is.
I don't know. I'm pretending I am anyway.
I think out of the group, Farron more than anyone would. But that's cool. All right, so he seems like okay, great, wonderful. So now you know.
Like yeah, that's why I didn't ask because I know it's fine.
He says,
I say asking is kind of rude, so I'd never ask.
he kind of smiles. He says, so I'm sure you can understand. I merely wish to understand my own nature more deeply. And he
So-
sort of, again, that's sort of like,
If the world's turned asunder by elemental magic, you'd be like all peachy and be like, sweet.
ah, that's that is the way of things. I would not be. I can't say I
Unhappy?
would be tremendously disappointed. I certainly do not wish to die, of course. I would not wish to be sundered in some cataclysm.
But I'm sure for that brief moment when it's happening, you'd be very fascinated.
Ah, yes, this is true. It would be quite
Almost-
exquisite.
Almost be worth it, maybe?
Uh, hmm.
Careful what you say.
He says, "Well, if the visions of if the visions of Marlos are to be believed, it may be beyond our hope, beyond anyone's hope to stop it." Again, it's a very non-committal response, and it's very obvious. Like, he's not leaning one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of whisper to the others, it's like, folks, we probably ought to be moving on here. We've spent an awful lot of time here, and who knows what could be massing outside. Let's either leave this guy to his studies or take care of him and move on.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I've done everything I want to say.
Kyra's done snatching, so she doesn't really care.
I kind of whisper back, I don't think we should be dealing with this fire people. I think we should be dealing with this black geode thing that wants to remake the world in somebody's image. That's probably a bit more than some pesky fire elemental people.
You got that information from his
From the book.
journal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it says he nurtures something called the Black Geode, and when all is ready, the ever-growing mountain shall come and remake these lands in his own image.
So,
That doesn't sound...
okay. Let me double check something. Okay, that just triggered a thought. Maybe I'm missing a point here that I might clarify things.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something, but I'll wait.
Yeah, because to me that sounds like I'm nurturing something that
Yeah, and that was
is going
kind
to
of the impression-
explode and turn the world into a giant elemental hell.
That's the impression that Kyra gets, and I was going to say something in Elvish to see if he understood what I said. And then if he didn't, then I was going to say something in Elvish.
So if I got that wrong...
Seem to understand Elvish.
Okay. Then I'm just going to say, since I'm kind of far away, speaking normally in Elvish, this guy sounds like he doesn't care if who he's working for ends the world. So I'm thinking maybe we leave him alone and clear out the rest of this place. I agree with, because I can't say I agree with because I don't hear y'all because y'all are kind of far away. So that's what I say.
So
But yeah, now
I
I'm
think
pretty
he
much...
says about the mountain, when you ask him about the ever-growing mountain, he says, well, the Prince of Earth, Ogrimark, is known also as the mountain that walks. Perhaps this is what you are referring to. He's
Ogrimark?
never read Marlos's journal, so he doesn't really know what you're talking about. So he just he just makes that one draws him to. Perhaps it is another term that refers to our Lord Ogrimark.
Okay, so that makes
He
it
doesn't say our
clearer.
Lord. He actually says the Lord. To the Lord.
Alright, so that makes it a bit clearer.
There are great powers that are beyond all of us. And this is what I wish to understand.
Yeah, no, I...
I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, I think I kind of... I call over Kyra.
Okay.
Come over here, Kyra. 1 second.
I put down whatever I keep picking up and asking him about. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's about that time. It was nice to meet you. And I hold out my hand to shake his hand.
Jogging grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I say, it was nice to meet you. Hold out my hand and shake his hand.
I'll shake your hand.
All right.
He actually kind of gives you like a little formal kind of like charm.
Yeah. And I say, alrighty. And I kind of turn on my heel and walk away.
Right.
And kind of do one of those. And
So
without him noticing, trying to not like be all showing him thinking this guy is a little bit on the I'm gonna fix Colt.
Now he is cursed.
So on your
Right.
way out,
Woo!
he says. So on your way out, he asks, says, "Be so kind as to ask my assistants to return. I still need their help." He's just smiling at you at this point. He's kind of like, and if you should find any useful information or be able to disrupt the.
You're paying us. Got it. We want 200 gold when we get back. Thanks. And I start walking.
All right. All right. As you are walking out, um, Farron,
Mm-hmm.
there's an image pops into your mind, and it takes you a moment to place the individual that you see, but after a moment's just a split second really in your mind, it's you recognize it to be oh gosh, what the heck's her name? It's just disappeared. Sorry, I just had it and now I can't find it. Oh bloody hell. Oh, that's why. Okay. You recognize it to be Sylvia Durin. So this is the High Mage, who you had a brief encounter with, and
Yep, met them meeting.
who sent Boslan to look for you all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check. This is an easy Arcana check. I'm sure you'll recognize this, unless you have a total brain fart. Yeah. So you recognize pretty quickly that she's using the sending spell to get a message to you. And she says, essentially, it's kind of this short. In fact, with a 12, you sort of know the nature of sending is that it can be short messages. It's a little bit better than the cantrip message, so it can pretty much reach anyone just about anywhere,
Yeah.
even on other planes, as long as you're familiar with the person.
And I know that I can answer.
And you know that you can answer again
Okay.
short if you need to. So the gist of what comes through, and it essentially comes through in her voice, is disaster has struck. An earthquake within the city walls. Cultists are implicated.
Is that it?
And she says,
Okay.
have you anything to report? Many have been injured and killed. And the king is...
That's way more than she'd be able to say.
If that was more than 25, I apologize.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did my best.
I get the gist. Yeah, I get the gist.
The king's been killed and...
No. The king is deeply concerned.
Oh, deeply concerned. Okay.
Deeply dead.
Yeah, I thought you said, like, the king is killed, and I switched those around. I'm like going, what? I think we, have a bigger problem here. Although I don't hear that.
I would respond with investigating the Black Earth. They call it Black Earth, right? Yep. About to deal with their boss. Hopefully that calms some of the earthquakes. There are other elemental factions that probably need to be dealt with. And that's probably about it.
Okay.
So do the rest of us just see Farron suddenly like zone out?
Probably, for just a moment. it transpires in less than a minute. A few 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Be just walking, stop, and then be like,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Sincerely.
oh, he's just receiving, like, from the beings up. It's, I don't know. And I just keep walking.
"Oh, shut up, you."
I just
There
smile.
was a message from I can't remember her name. Your boss.
I have it written down. Lady that I wanted to talk to some more.
Her name is High Mage Sylvia Dern.
Yep,
That's
Sylvia
Sylvia
Dern.
There's message from Sylvia Dern. Earthquake in Agick. Lots of people injured. Cult's been implemented. And
Did you ask
been
about
worried.
Alfred Buford?
What? It was more just like a message. Like I can't. Like it's
You can't like
somebody like
respond
brought me.
communicate.
I responded, but it's like somebody brought me a letter and I read it and then I wrote a letter and sent it back. It's not like a conversation.
But that kind of
I
sounds
mean,
like
it could be if
conversation
she
to me, like,
does the spell again, then it could be sort of a limited conversation. But at the moment, it's just like here's a letter, and I sent a letter back in my brain.
I walk over to Vassalon. I'm like, creepy, and then I keep walking.
Hey, you douchebags, get back in here!
One thing that I skipped over is that part of the message was please return quickly.
Oh, okay. And she wants us to come back, but I really want to go kill this snake man.
Yeah, I do too. Be like, we'll come back in like an hour or two. We have things to do.
Got a quick errand to run.
Yeah,
An hour.
gotta not turn to stone real quick. Yeah. On that note, let me make sure I have like greater rest.
I need a rest and then level up and a rest again, and then we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, pretty
Actually,
much.
10 minutes. Just 10 minutes, because that's as long as it takes me to come.
Yeah, to like actually go down and start. Yeah, I need an hour and 10 minutes.
No, just 10 minutes, because
Okay,
it's just
maybe
as long as
that-
my teleportation circle takes to write.
Oh
And then
yeah,
do
you know
that.
what? That's true. That's
So
right.
I'll sleep, I level up, I sleep, and then 10 minutes, and then we'll be there.
That's exciting.
Actually,
And we
I think
don't
it's
have
2
to like
levels up.
go
I
around
think it's just 2
everywhere. I
levels
don't have
up.
to like form horses and stuff.
It would actually be asleep 2 levels up, asleep, and then
I was gonna say, you can get teleportation this time?
it's a fifth level spell, and I'm So when I sleep, I'll have level 4, 2 levels, and then I'll have level 5.
All right, so which way are y'all headed?
I'm heading where the others go.
You know what? I want to go by and like talk to these guys real quick before they go in for like 30 seconds. Can I do that? Since they're coming towards, like, they have to come back my way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do an intimidation because I'm just so good at that.
Yep, they're looking at you. Kind of, they've been waiting. You can see they've just been sort of patiently waiting.
I
Do you
kind of.
need your herald to participate?
Yes, I do, because I need intimidationistness. So I probably would have, like, did one of those, I'm going to pull aside of your armor, like, come on, like, let's go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very intimidating. But he is. And so...
Make way for the great sorceress.
So I kind of look and I kind of go, you know, if I catch you or your boss doing anything hinky down here, you're next. So you better be on your best behavior and not do anything.
Piles of bodies behind you.
Right. Yeah. And you better not do anything that any one of the 4 of us might deem as dangerous.
Did you say hinky or kinky?
Both.
I'm going like, meow, meow, meow. I might have said, I'm thinking hinky, but I probably said kinky because I'm Kyra.
I thought you said if you guys are doing anything kinky down here.
Inky, kinky, and then I would point at all
Nothing
those
with
bad guys that are dead and say, I did that with my pinky.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I kind of look at him and I say, and if I find out and I have my ways, and I point at Basil and I said he's gonna personally deal with you, and I'm just hoping he makes like the I'm gonna slice your face off
Just does one of these. um,
something.
yeah. So give me intimidation with advantage.
He'll cut your leg off, and make you eat it.
Is that her or me?
Gnarly. Oh well, Kyra's the one speaking, so Kyra for sure.
All right, yeah, I'm not good at intimidation, but I'm gonna. You know what, computer? You're gonna roll well, and I'm gonna have good intimidation.
You gonna use the computer?
Now I am.
Ooh,
Oh wait, I didn't roll advantage. I'm gonna do it again. I must have turned it off.
fine.
I'll turn it back on. Better do it now, because I rolled better with my dice than I do. Oh, you know what? I'm not trusting the computer.
An 11.
I'm gonna roll the computer just for my weapon, my whatever's, my spells, because I'm tired of you already. I'm mad at you.
He's
right.
huh.
I'm not gonna do this again, but I just want to see if it's just because I had that like that. And maybe, who knows? Okay. I need to. Why is it rolling like that? I'm gonna go back in the. I don't know. I'm gonna go take a look at my.
He just sort of
You got-
eyes you, and you get the sense like he's not sure why you're threatening him.
If he looks like kind of going like confused, then I'll say something like. Your boss knows. Your boss knows.
All right.
And I just kind of like, oh, well, crap. I don't know. It's like I tried. I don't want to have to come back and find out they cooked up something, and then now we're turning around and there's like these weird earth elemental things trying to kill us from behind. Because we're leaving people alive.
All right. So he seems kind of cowed. And then
If I do that.
what else you can do?
No, that was it. I just wanted. I'm really just doing the whole. I don't want to have to find out that we're going to turn around and be flanked because we left people alive. Because basically listening to Basilon saying we don't want people to flank us. I kind of have that idea in my head.
Yeah, you get the impression that these two are sort of the personal guard of Mirage, or his assistant, like he had said. So you think they'll pretty much.
It's not doing.
So they seem they're just like asking you if it's okay for them to pass, basically. Hey, right, he's probably waiting for us. Like they look like they're gonna walk back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've let him pass.
Alright. So they'll just
I
walk.
just stare him down. I'm trying to look all mean, knowing I'm not. I couldn't probably hurt a fly
They'll walk
at this
back
moment.
around. I'm assuming that Farron and Kaylin are gonna let him pass too.
No, I stabbed them. No, just kidding. No, I let him in.
Roll initiative. Like that.
Where would you all like to head next?
I don't know. I don't know why it's doing this. Forgive the a million intimidations. I'm trying to, because the sheet is different now. So I'm going. What did I click to not make it roll like the whole two-sided thing?
Well, I actually prefer it if it's roll 2.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm going like, what did I
Oh,
not
so you
do?
go to the cog wheel?
Maybe it's
On the
this
right-hand
legacy
side.
roll
It'll say.
two?
It'll
Is
say
it legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. I didn't have it on legacy.
It doesn't work with a bunch of features.
Oh, crap. Sorry, I didn't realize that was from Legacy or whatever.
Yeah,
No, it
I
still
guess-
can be used. It just doesn't work
So-
with all the sheet functions.
Got it.
I
Sheet
see.
features now.
Okay, because they're not doing that anymore. They're just doing the whole green dot thing.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense when you can just pull your cursor over and it shows you.
Hey.
There we go. That's the one I should have got earlier.
I know, right?
Okay. All right.
Beautiful.
God is all
Hey,
you do.
perfect timing. All right.
All right.
So here we go. All right, and we do have Kaylin joining us now. So again, Farron just received this message a moment ago from High Mage Sylvia Durin. One of the last things Mirage had said was that, as far as he knows, the Black Earth has done nothing to directly hinder, affect, damage, do anything to the people of the kingdom. But right after he said that, Farron got this message that he relayed to you all from the High Mage. That
And when
said,
Barcelona came to us, he did tell us that Earth elementals had
exactly.
attacked.
So I want everyone to make an insight check right now.
I hate you, computer. Give me one last chance.
Natural
One-
20.
One last
Nice.
chance, or I'm so done with you right now.
Nice.
You hear me?
Natural 20 for
That's
Farron.
better.
All right, a 5 for Boslan. Boslan,
I-
you were just
I have no
14.
insight.
Really
it's
lower than me by 3.
Hey, I have really good insight. I can
I
read people.
Yeah.
have a really good persuasion.
Excellent.
So I can persuade
You can persuade them. I can see if they're lying, which is
Right.
why I usually tell you to do the talking, so I can check them.
so here. Okay, so Boslan, you're
Plus-
kind of like
I can read
Point
people's
me at-
minds. So
point me at something I can stab. You're like, you're sort of losing patience. Like, this seems ridiculous. I know there's a threat in here, and we need to deal with that. Kaylin is starting to piece things together. Kaylin is definitely getting this sense that there seem to be these different cults, even though none of the people in them are calling them that, of course. The Black Earth, the Howling Hatred, the Eternal Flame. You still don't know. There's got to be a water cult, but nobody's heard the name for that if it's out there. So you're starting to see that there must be 4 different elemental cults. There must be. But it seems like they're not necessarily working together. That's kind of like what kind of has come to you in this moment. Kyra and Farron, you both have sort of this aha, like almost at the same moment here as you're sort of like looking at each other. You both recognize, like, you had noticed before you even came down into this complex, while you were still up and outside, the weather patterns were really weird. Things were, uncommon, unseasonal stuff was happening. You're starting to gather that the elementals perhaps were not agents of these cults, but just happened to be like spontaneously stirred up, let's say, because of whatever energies are being stirred up under the earth here, under this complex, perhaps in the Fane of the Eye, perhaps even deeper.
The guy that we just left basically caused all this trouble, and we let him go. That's kind of what I'm getting
No,
from that statement.
no, not at all. No.
Okay.
No, you don't. Again, he seemed like he was on the level. Like, he seemed like he really has no interest in
No, I mean, as in
that.
maybe he doesn't know because he's like saying, he has all these experiments and stuff. So I'm saying that's
Oh,
what
as a
Kyra's thinking.
byproduct.
Right. Like, I don't know that I'm doing it, but it's happening.
That's
Yeah.
a fair assessment.
Very good point.
He doesn't seem powerful enough to have done that, but it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible him plus a few others maybe have done that, but you both sort of get this moment of like, I bet those elementals just appeared. They must not have been sent, but isn't it interesting that there's these 4 different factions apparently working here, and at the same time there's these elemental disturbances. So did this earthquake, where did that come from? Was it localized? Does it shake the whole countryside? You guys didn't feel an earthquake. So was that something that was created, or was it a spell, or was it another side effect of what's happening? This deeper tremors or deeper currents that are underlying what's going on.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
hear that.
what would you guys like to do?
Kill everything in sight.
Sleep.
All right, and I'm gonna put
But
the.
sleep first.
I will put right. I will put the dynamic lighting back on again. It's just easier to know what you guys can see. So I'll put that back on. So yeah, so you guys, you're sort of in this moment of like, huh? After getting this message from the High Mage.
But Farron hasn't told us yet, right? So
Yeah.
I guess I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did. That's,
Oh, you did. Okay.
That's what sort of struck this moment. Again, Boslan is sort of like, all right, there's a threat down here. We need to find it and kill it. Kaylin sort of sensing like, well, isn't it interesting that these cults are not working together? And you two have also sort of figured out the same sort of information. Like, why are they opposed to each other rather than working together? That seems odd. But then at the same moment, again, Farron and Kyra have this higher thought of like, I wonder if that stuff was more of a byproduct than the act, like a direct action by any of the cults.
So have we already decided that we're not going to kill this guy in the room to my right?
Yeah, I was going to because I had a big fireball and I was getting ready to go send it over to his, laboratory stuff. But then he was like, let's talk. And I was like, yeah, send them out because I know I don't trust them. And then maybe we can sort of talk.
Doesn't seem like he's that
It was
interested
like a
in.
tentative deal.
So if they're not interested in us, how about we regroup and have a very quick chat about what the fuck we're doing next?
Okay.
I think.
Would that
I
be amenable to everyone?
Are we hiding in
was a
this corner
thing
sleeping
that,
or something?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think we should go find like a better place to sleep.
Oh, better place? I was thinking be
Like,
here, so
here.
if they walk
Be a
out,
perfect
then
place.
it's like, I see you! You were not supposed to be leaving. Well,
So the thing that I'm thinking about is that this guy just, when I asked him about this Black Geode and the thingy that I read in the Testament thingy, it says the ever-growing mountain shall come and remake the lands, blah, 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 in its own image. He was basically saying that this creepy thing that they worship is often referred to as the ever-growing mountain or the mountain. So I don't think that's good. I mean, that doesn't sound good. So
you want to run away?
no, I want to go find this Malros person and him because he's the one that's nurturing this thing that's going to turn into this thing and destroy the world.
Makes sense to deal with it while we're here.
and that one's
I
probably
agree.
downstairs, right? But we're trying
that
to
guy was-
clear everything before we go down there, right? Because we
Look,
don't
look,
think
here's
he's
the-
coming back and killing us.
Here's my point, guys. Okay, we're here. We're still here because they held slaves. They kept people captive.
That's right.
We are heroes. Are we going to walk away just because this guy is being agreeable?
I put my fist in the air and I go, well, we did kind of have that conversation earlier about maybe putting him in place of the guy down here.
The only way we put him in place is by running a sword through his gullet.
We did chat to him about slaves, and he was all like, "Oh, I don't like slaves. That's why I deal with these people."
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know about any of that stuff. And
Well, I don't like a warm beer either. But sometimes I have to drink it, which means we have to fight.
Okay, how about this? How about we go and kill everything and table that conversation? And if you still feel the same, we go back and kill that guy before we leave.
He's the second in command. If he's the second, we're going to kill the first in command. Why are we going to let the second in command live? This makes no sense to me. If we are here to rescue these people and liberate them, then that means eliminating all of the enemies that we've been affronted by in the past. Does it not? Or are we not heroes?
I turn to Farron and Bess, and I'm like, let's kind of make a point. And I did say, I wouldn't hurt them. I didn't say anything about y'all not hurting them. So
And again, above table guys, I'm sorry, I'm coming in here. I'm like parachuting in. I apologize if you all were like, we're leaving this room. But
Yeah.
look, this is how I would be, and and Kaylin is me, so this is how I would react in the situation.
I think for like it basically like
I would say that it makes sense.
we
that
chatted with him for a bit, and from what he said, it didn't seem like he really cared about this place at all. He just wanted to, just kind of, further his magic with elemental. He doesn't really care, like, if we go kill the boss or if we disrupt this whole, movement thing. He'll just be like, cool, I'm just going to stay here and play with the dirt.
Sure, but from a strategic standpoint, Greg, does Kalen know that he's the number 2 in charge of this?
Yeah,
I mean, Kalen already
was
thinks
pretty
this is a
much
sick cult.
He said so.
All right, so then Kalen's immediate response is gonna be like, guys, if we kill the head guy, who's gonna take their place? If you cut the head off, this is gonna be the other head.
But what if we kill everybody, though?
Well, right,
Only
but Kalen's all for that if it means eradicating.
Like, if we kill everybody but just him. The only reason why I say that is because, I mean, who's to say I like to play with magic too, and I wouldn't want anybody to kill me just because I'm playing with magic. You know what I mean? I'm not hurting anybody, and he's not necessarily. I believe him when he said he's not hurting anybody either.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel about it.
I think
like
the
above
important
table,
distinction.
we did like an insight, and it was like it seemed that he was basically just using them because they like Earth stuff.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he had anything to do with the slaves or anything else. He was just there.
Yeah, I think an important distinction was that he was the second most senior, not the second in command. He seemed to have zero interest in commanding or dealing with anything.
That's right. He did say that.
To some extent, we actually thought he'd be better in command because he'd be a complete clusterfuck at it, and not really be like, hey, let's go, charge forward and then, bring forth the word of the, Ogremok. He was more like, you guys all leave me alone, and we just want to concentrate on our little researchy stuff here.
Yeah, and help me
he didn't
research.
Seem like that much of a threat.
That's true.
Was shy of just butchering everyone, which is not something Bossalon would particularly be inclined to.
The only thing I didn't like was that he was like, "Oh, go deal with the fire people." Kind of like it seemed very much to me that it was like a stalling, like, go deal with them while we build up our plan or whatever. But I did an insight and I didn't get that kind of vibe, so I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, and I did an insight the game before. And it was really high. I mean, just to be game wise. And he's like, yeah, he seems like he's telling the truth.
He seemed shifty, and his brand of power hungry is what he can do with his own magic.
Yeah.
That seems to fall, at least at the moment, under the bailiwick of this Black Earth. But they serve his ends, so he's willing to deal with them or be around, whatever.
Watch.
Ergo.
Level 15, Kalen's going to say, hey, we should kill that guy.
Here's my point, okay? Greg actually, I hear what you all are saying. Greg pointed it out perfectly, okay? Here's the thing. This individual will clearly do whatever it takes to meet their own ends. All right, we have seen that within this whole entire fortress that we have been in for the length of a fucking Bible. And trust me, guys, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be, and we're not even close to being done. We got to go down those stairs, and who knows how much longer that's going to fucking take. But we've put in this time. All right, if we're doing it, let's do it right. And if this individual is willing, I don't care if they're second in command or third in the hierarchy of this subsect or whatever. Okay, and I'm not some paladin, but the moment you're enslaving individuals and that you are putting hurt on people, that is when Kalen gets completely crazy, and it's not right. And we're here because we're trying to for two reasons. One, we don't want to get rich and famous, obviously. But on top of that, we're helping the people that we saved. And either we're doing it for our own means or we're doing it for the right reasons. And I'm sorry, guys, but in my opinion, I mean, I will defer to the group, but I'll be pissed if we don't fucking take them out, because that's the right thing to do.
I look at Kayla and I was like, "Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?"
I did.
Okay.
As a noble is apt to do.
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Just
He's a
checking.
bard of renown.
So I kind of go, well, I mean, I did say it that I wouldn't do anything, but then now that you made that speech, I feel like I should kill them. And I go and I look over at them down the hall.
That could have been a very effective fact-finding,
Do we
scoping it
roll
out.
to see if he persuaded us to go kill everybody in the room?
Do you want him to persuade you?
No, I mean Kyra's kind of like feeling bad about leaving him alone after that speech. That's what Kyra feels like. So she kind of stands next to Kalen.
Yeah. So like his motives seemed very self-serving. Now, whether they were benevolent, that's unclear. None of you have detect good and evil and that sort of thing. So you don't know if he's a good person or a bad person.
It's gone.
He was
Greg, but come
definitely
on, Greg.
shifty
We do
as
know
hell.
that. We do know that. At the end of the day, if you are associated with this group, you're not a good person. So I mean, even if you're saying, "Oh, I'm not for slavery," right? You're still part of a group that endorses slavery and the torture of innocents.
Absolutely.
That's true. Kind of
I'm
the Nazis.
Caleb
I didn't go
cannot
and
abide
do that. Yeah, that's true.
His noble obligation, he cannot abide it.
This is not Nazi fantasy world D&D, as far as I'm concerned. I guess you stand back and
I'm as chaotic good as they get, but like this is the kind of shit that I can't. I can't. I saw this firsthand in Afghanistan. I can't. This is the shit that you have to fucking. You have to stop. You have to step in. You do.
Eradicate it.
You do. You have to at the root. Absolutely.
Okay, so Farron, Vasilon, what are we doing?
I will go along with whatever you guys do.
See, we've all kind of said that, so that's not good. So,
look, Kalen's standpoint. He's ready to go in, dual fucking swords willing, but Basilon's been silent, and we know Basilon is like the smoldering volcano who has
Hey, can we go in and say, can we borrow one of those guys real quick? We have a question. Do you mind? It will, and then maybe at least take one before they all three of them gang up on us.
Do you want
blowing
me
spells
to read his mind before we all charge in?
Ooh, I like that.
Absolutely sure.
Well, we don't need to be sure.
He won't like it either way. But, I mean, what do you reckon?
Would that help to make you decide whether we're going to? Because we already know Kalen's let's kill him. And yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards Kalen after his speech.
We're either heroes or we're not.
And so, will that help you to decide whether we should do that or not?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Basilon?
Basilon is very indeterminate about this. I mean, his general philosophy is if it is not hostile, don't kill it. Guilt by association is, it's like killing a guy's dog because the guy was a dick. So if he's not attacking me, and from my personal interview of him, he seems to be generally non-threatening, at this point, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It seems to be
how I feel.
Fight we don't need to. That said, he does understand.
Kyra is kind of a woman of her word. So it's like, although I agree with Kalen, I said I wasn't going to hurt him. And I typically make a deal. I didn't say that we would. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I can participate, but I do stand behind you, Kalen, in a sense.
That's why I was kind of asking, do you want me to read his mind so that we can either get a yes, definitely this guy is pure evil and we should kill him, or no.
See, but there's a big difference between, look, because an owner is a fucking dick. I mean, you can't, a dog is a dog. A human is a human. You can't compare the two. That's impossible to compare. there is obvious guilt by association because this is an organization that is endorsing, well, at least Basalan to what I believe, okay? And that is that every man and woman, whatever their race, whatever their level in life, is to be free. And this organization is completely opposed. Not only are they opposed to that, not only have they enslaved those that they wish to put beneath their heel, but they have tortured and cruelly diminished their life. And I'm sorry, but if this is an individual who purports themselves to be of a higher rank, then it is incumbent upon us as heroes, if we are to call ourselves that, to take them out now before the cancer can grow.
Boslan still isn't in. He just doesn't believe in this. He's totally fine if you guys want to do it, but he's seen more than enough violence throughout his lifetime that he's not going to pick fights that, when he sees there's many greater challenges elsewhere in this complex that can probably be dealt with first.
So, Basalan, would you hate us if you stayed out here and didn't participate?
No, that's fine. I mean, I'll guard the hallway. I mean, he's sort of on the fence. Personally, he just doesn't get the, gung-ho, let's go slaughter stuff. He's a defender, not an attacker.
Neither is Kalen. Neither is Kalen. But this is already an organization in Kalen's mind that has established themselves as an oppressor of all that is good, right? And to him, it took a step further because they are oppressing individuals and impressing their mindset upon them and trying to essentially, I guess what I would say is, change their mentality and belief system to their own, which I think is completely wrong. And Kalen takes great umbrage over that. I mean, people should be allowed to believe what they believe. And so this cult, who is trying to exert their will on those that don't believe that, he believes to be wrong. And so he thinks that needs to be dealt with in a commensurate manner, which ergo in this, circumstances violently.
Every indication has that the people involved with this group are fanatical, apparently brainwashed. There definitely have been, obviously, individuals being tortured and enslaved.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. It's awful. It's terrible.
It's pretty clear.
I bring up.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
I bring up what I just said because we already talked to him. He seemed very nonchalant, very leave me alone, let me do my own thing. If we go in, maybe ask him, will you help us take this place down? You've hinted that you don't care whether this place is here or not. These people are clearly bad. If you say that you are not associated with them, help us take them down. If you're like, nah, then it's like, okay, then you're compliant with the whole thing and you go down as well.
That's a win for me. I like that idea.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, that means I'm okay with allowing a shifty individual to basically.
But him helping us take down the Black Earth would show that he isn't compliant with it, and and then he can go back and do his own thing afterwards when it's disassembled.
I turn around, look at Kalen, I was like,
and if he disagrees, then we just kill him because he's compliant with it.
What about mercy, or can people change, kind of thing? What about that?
The only change they can find is at the end of my sword.
Kyra just shakes her head. I tried.
I mean, Kalen's pretty adamant about it. Look, I mean, I will about face, and I will turn around. I mean, but this is I am going to be fastidious in this stance. I mean, this is what he believes. I mean, this is wrong.
Okay.
This is wrong.
Okay, so Basalan said he's okay, right? I mean, I know we're kind of belaboring, and I kind of get it, and I know. But so Basalan said he's okay, but he's going to stay out here. Kalen is like, we have to kill this, or, this is crazy. So I think, honestly, Farron and Kyra probably have to help Kalen at this point. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to just charge in and just be like, hey, we've had a change of heart, you die now. I think it would be better to go in and say, look, we've had to think about it. You being here and doing what you're doing is compliant with what's happening. If you aid us in taking this whole thing down, then we'll leave you to do what you want to do. If you don't, then you go down with everybody else, and then see what he says. If he's like, nah, then we kill him. If he's like, okay, I'll help you. Then,
Yeah, all right. Why not? Why not? We should at least try that.
Fair enough.
If you can convince him to aid us, then great job. If you can't, then I'll be with you and taking him down.
Yeah, Boston also asks you guys. Now he's not human. Is he native to our land, or can we
That's a
banish
good
him?
question. That's a really good question.
And if we could, do any of you have that ability? That might be easier. Just say your presence here is complicating matters. Benefit of the doubt. Rather than killing you, poof, go home.
I can't.
I can't banish. It's not a bard thing.
Good question.
No,
It's just fourth
that's
level.
that's a cleric thing, isn't it?
I
Or
think-
high level
I thought that was a
wizard
bard.
type, at least in the other
It's a
rules.
Wizard?
fourth level.
Was
Let me
there?
have a look. Get it.
Lots of
Separately, do
people
we
can
know if he
banish.
could be banished if we had the ability?
I'm thinking no. I'm kind of double checking real quick.
I could get it if I have a rest.
Farron asked me to do locate creature, so I can keep tabs on him. But that only works for about an hour.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
but-
move along here. So why don't we go in and give him the ultimatum?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
what I was
agree.
saying.
I agree.
I hear what
I
you're
agree.
saying, and
I
to be
agree.
honest, that was a really good speech. But
Yeah. I can do
Yeah, we need
banishment
to do
if I have a
something.
rest and I pick it. So
Does anyone have a
but how long does it last?
elemental lore to know whether or not that would work on this guy, or do we just try it?
I don't know.
Well,
The other
It-
thing we
it
can do
lasts
is if we take a
concentration up to a
rest.
minute.
I have elemental bane.
It's concentration up to a minute, and if they are not a native to this plane, then if I concentrate on it for a minute, they stay where they are.
All right.
But if not, they
Everybody
go back.
make a perception check.
I apologize, guys. I probably made this a hell of a lot more longer.
No,
and
it's fine.
No,
complicated.
it's a
We've
good
missed
thought.
this. It's perfect. We've
It's a very
needed
good
the
thought. I
extra
didn't think about
thoughts
that.
and approach.
I mean, I'll go with you. It's just I don't want to just be like, okay, bye. We'll leave you alone.
Oh.
And we walk out. We walk back in and be like, die. That's a bit.
All right.
If Kalen doesn't persuade him to do what he's doing, then he's the epitome of evil.
Well, that was just my
Body,
perception.
I should
wasn't
say.
it?
This is before you went back in the room, though.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
standing in the hallway still.
Oh, okay.
All right, waiting on
120
Kyra.
D&D.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
waiting on the
Hello.
computer actually, because
God, critical hit and critical loss.
Mm-hmm. So you all, at the same moment, you all, as you're sort of standing in these hushed tones, and you're debating like, well, do we go back in there? I mean, you're actually almost having somewhat of a heated discussion.
Totally. It's ridiculous. It would never happen in real life, but anyway.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
What didn't-
There would be a chain of command, but anyway.
You hear something
Go
from
kill him.
back
Okay.
the way Brugnorb seemed to have gone, and
What up here?
this you hear
We told him
you
to
hear
go out.
this way, boss.
Didn't we tell them to leave? We literally
This way.
told him to leave.
Like up
We
here?
literally said "Get
It
out of
was
here."
not Brugnorb's voice,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I was like,
but it was just it happened to
literally
be
told him.
that same direction.
And I'm sorry, Greg, that direction was north,
yeah,
south?
were we pinging?
Shucks. So we're
Towards
the
where all the dead people
yeah
are.
back where all
Oh,
the
okay.
dead
Oh,
souls-
north. Gotcha. Okay.
the corridor that heads to the
Mm,
west.
like-
yikes.
Ooh, we can like go stealth in this little
We went
cubby
down that
hole.
way.
So you hear that, Kaylin. You hear several large creatures, at least more than one large creature, and you also think you hear some footprints of what might be humanoids.
Does it sound like the
Footsteps,
ogres that we
rather.
left?
We can go over here and hide.
Does it
Or
sound
we
like
or
the
we could
ogres?
go to that little alcove literally across where we are and
Well, I did, but what if they come this way?
ambush.
They
Well,
look.
right, but then we ambush them.
Okay.
I say we head south. Give ourselves more room, and if for
Yeah,
some
that's
reason we
that's
need
what I
to
was
escape, we
thinking.
can.
Maybe I can push somebody off or something, and they can go. Ah.
Yeah, but if there's people coming from that direction, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm saying if we hide here,
Like,
they're
if
not
they're-
going to come this way
No.
because there's a big gap.
But if there are people, how do I hit that like ping thing? How do I
Just
do that?
click and hold.
But if there are people coming from here, and there are people coming from up here, right? If we hide here, if we
Oh,
stealth
they're
here,
coming from both ways? I thought they were just coming from the north. Did I miss something?
You heard it
I
from.
thought they were just from the north too, but I may have missed something.
I thought they were coming from both the north. I'm sorry, Greg. I thought I heard somebody from the north and the south.
Nope, it was just from this corridor. And it's out of your line of sight, but you again hear stuff coming.
Okay, so yeah,
So
just the north.
it's just north. Well then still my position stands. Why wouldn't we hide right here and see if they or create a distraction to draw them down here and then create a surprise attack?
I can do that. How about I go down south and I can just like step out and sort of peek and then like
They
draw their
run
attention depending
this
on what they
way?
are. You guys can get them from behind.
Oh,
I could do that.
That would
that,
work.
that works.
I'll do that because I don't like being close anyway.
And if they focus on you, then I can run up and
Yeah. So if you flank them, that's better for you because you like swords.
I believe I am tolerably healthy right now.
So I'll-
I'm
I'll-
extremely healthy. All right,
I'll
well
bring
then
it down.
I will go here and try to hide. Nobody's around at the moment. Doors closed. So stealth. So that at
I
least
mean,
they're not
they, yeah,
seeing.
I mean, they may not even come down this way, but I mean,
Right. So stealth.
unless we create a reason for them to come down here. That doesn't give us away.
I'll
I mean,
give them
if
a
Bossalon or Farron create a kind of a distraction, a decoy that
Oh, I
draws
can do
them
that.
down here, then we could jump out and surprise them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Works for
Did
me.
you want
Let's
to
figure out who they are and what they're doing.
head down with them,
There,
Barcelona,
with
while
my stealth.
I stay up here and lure them down through the corridor?
I think I'll
Barcelona?
stand
I'm sorry, what?
right.
Oh, did you want to go up with them so that you're closer to the action while I lure them down the corridor?
No, I figured I'd be down here. I'm more of an obvious target, I think, and I'm not stealthy at all. So
I could totally be amazing as a distraction.
Uh-huh.
If you want, I can chuck on a pass without a trace on you guys and give you all a +10, and then I walk down.
All right. So while you're discussing that,
Yep.
Yeah, Kaylin and Kyra are trying to be as small as possible.
whoever's peeking around the corner
I'm not. I'm right behind
sees
Kaylin.
an
I would be
ogre
peeking.
step out
Hello.
into the
There we go.
Ooh,
into the
yikes.
center room.
Ooh,
Says,
yum.
Look at all these bodies, boss. Something bad happened here.
Didn't I tell you to? Ooh.
I did ask, did it sound like the ogre's voice that we know before?
"Oh, did you? I apologize. I didn't hear it. It
right.
was this. This not the ogre you encountered.
Okay.
Just like they're not the droids we're looking for.
Indeed.
So he's not gimping around on injured feet.
Right? Because that's literally what happened. I
Uh,
got stabbed through, and it hasn't even been 5 or 10 minutes.
So in response, you hear, and I'm gonna allow you to use those perception rolls you rolled earlier. You hear,
Curse them. Look what they have done.
and you recognize it, even though you briefly heard it.
Big bad.
You believe that is the voice of Marlos.
Ooh, actually, this might be a pretty good battle then. I'm gonna knock him off his freaking edge.
Marlos
I
is
am
the guy that
prepared.
Farron tricked.
No.
No, he's
That's-
snaky. Snake eyes. Snake us.
All right. I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself.
All right.
I was going to shoot a crossbow at the first ogre.
Disguise yourself. I am going to turn into a lovely looking lady with a nice big dress.
Okay.
And I'll be like, oh dear! They've like attacked everyone! Oh!
All right. The
Baron
ogre
can do such better voice than that.
the ogre looks down at
going for
you, and
Oh,
then and like very confused, looks back over this way, and you hear someone say, he said,
Unhand me, you fiend! I start slapping Barcelona.
You hear the other voice say, "It must be them."
I was
and-
shooting my crossbow at the first opportunity that I saw. It was a new ogre.
Okay, so you're gonna. All right, so then let's go with initiative.
The Baron's gonna
If
fight in
you're
the
gonna
dress.
fire, then it's.
You're gonna fight in the dress.
Yeah, it's not real.
So in
I
that
take out my
case,
fantasy
we
camera
gotta
and take a picture.
change things up a bit here.
Marlos,
This is gonna be interesting.
I saved my 4th level for you, dude. Come out.
All right, go ahead and re-pop the roll. Everybody, let's have some initiative here.
All right, stupid computer. Don't jinx me. Be a decent initiative, please. Somewhere in the middle, so they can walk past. Let's go. That's good. I like that initiative. That'll work.
All right. I have stuff to get there. Initiatives. Okay, there's the ogre.
0.
Did I get my
That's
initiative
awesome.
off before I accidentally clicked out?
21 is not
What happened?
correct. So no, you gotta redo it.
All right, so I still gotta like click on my guy here.
Right.
Here we go. Sorry about this, y'all.
Take your time.
Cool.
I'm working on my stuff, so you're fine. We'll get to it in just a moment.
Jesus Christ!
Beat the ogre 0 though.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, when my character died, I really wanted to roll a 0
Why did
initiative.
that work?
-1, that'd have been fun.
Oh, come on. Let's try that again. There we go. We need him. Oh god, these are terrible.
Oh, there's 2 ogres now.
Oh, I said somewhere in the middle.
Well, I guess this will test old Miraz, his where his loyalties lie.
Yeah, that's true. If he comes out and starts like shooting us up, then you know.
Oh, I tricked you all! I'm the most evil person ever! I'll be like, cool, well, we get to kill you now. He'll be like, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake!
Alright, let me make sure we have a decent look at this map here. I'm gonna... Yeah, we're
If
zoomed
we can
out
banish
pretty
him,
well.
can we send him to the elemental planet Air?
Absolutely.
New place for your research, asshole.
Mhm. He might not like that, although he said fire was his, the problem. But alright, so let's get everybody back in here.
Send him to the plane of water and he turns into like Sandman. He just melts away in the mud.
Alright, I think we got everybody in there. Alright, so the first to act. So, okay, I'm gonna give Boslan an opportunity to take his, because this is sort of a surprise round. So you go ahead and make a shot, and then we'll with your crossbow, and then we'll take it from there. All right.
I guess I had time to
That
light my shot.
works. So that ogre just like he looked over.
Kaboom.
He looks.
The ogre
over
is so
at,
confused.
Yep. He looks over at apparently Marlos, assuming that it actually is him. Looks back at you and catches it basically like right through the cheek and cries out in pain as it takes a whopping 13 points with a natural 20 on that crit with the crossbow. So that's gonna be 13 piercing, and it cries out in pain like, "Oh!" and then, "I'll get you for that." All right. So, Farron, you watched as Boslan started things off with a perfectly aimed crossbow bolt. What would you like to do?
I'd just be like, "Oh no, he's a monster! He's shooting people!" And I'll do a
I was resisting the urge to like put the crossbow in your hands and stepping aside really fast.
I didn't do anything. Yeah, I'll just do a firebolt. Why not?
All right.
And like
Another
well.
critical hit.
Wow.
All right. So you follow it up on the heels of that crossbow
That's
bolt. And
24 technically, because that's 20 plus 4. Because I rolled a 1 and a 3. That's rubbish.
Yeah,
rolled crap
that's
on my
true.
dice.
Because you do it's 2d10. Yeah. Wow. Yep. 23 or 24. Yeah. Nice.
Oh, I see. Plus, you're doing so. So Boslan would have
Okay, I'll fix
done
it.
more damage too. No.
No, it's an 8.
Why?
Yeah. Sometimes Roll20 doesn't put the right dice out or whatever.
That looked correct. I
Yeah,
mean,
mine's
it's D8 plus
rolling-
3. I just rolled like crap.
No. The firebolt.
Well, we do.
It's-
Oh, the firebolt's wrong. I see.
Max
Yeah.
damage plus a roll. So,
yeah, max damage would be 20. It's just.
Max damage, yeah, 2d10.
and-
It's
So
just
20
rolling.
plus your roll, which is 4. I see 24. Okay, and then yours for Boslan would have been
It's an 8.
max damage.
It's right.
Yeah, so 13.
2
I think I'm
plus 3
correct.
plus 8. Yeah.
Are we maximum damage
Eight.
plus a
Yep.
roll?
Plus a
Yep.
roll, plus your. Oh yeah, so that is right. Okay, I see.
It's
I
like
see, I see.
backwards. but
Yeah, because
yes.
okay, that's fine. All right, so he takes an extra 24 points of fire damage, which he then does not look very happy about. He just gets decimated. You blast him in the face a second time.
Oh dear!
Mm-hmm. All right, Kyra. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not fair. Did you have bonus actions or movement that you wanted to do?
No, I'm right. I'm just looking helpless.
Okay. All right. So Farron shoots off. So Kyra, you watch as first a bolt, or you actually probably heard the bolt go zipping by, and hear the ogre cry out in pain, and then a moment later you watch as a firebolt goes zipping past down the hallway, and again the ogre just like, I'm burning, or something like that. And what would you like to do?
Now remember, Kyra, we're hiding here, so they don't know that we're here.
Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna hold my action, and I'm just gonna hold a. I'm gonna hold a produce flame.
Okay.
For the first one that comes walking by us.
All right.
So
Beautiful.
I will step this way to hold it, so I don't have to go around Kalen.
Perfect. All right, Boslan, what would you like to do? Sorry, wait. So Kyra, what point, like when they get to where?
When they cross in front, I'll hold it as soon as they cross, and I
literally
see
in
the
front of
back of
you?
them. No, when I see their backs, because
Okay.
that
if
was
they
the
get
plan
down
for them
towards
to.
Boston. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. When I see their backs, then to shoot. I'm thinking there's at least 2 since we heard 2 voices. So maybe when I see the second one, if it is the snake dude, and if I don't see the snake dude, then I'll wait for the snake dude. But nobody, it's being thrown at that second person's back.
All right, Boslan, what you can do?
I'm gonna sort of take cover next to the corner there, as you can see, in case someone starts shooting or firing anything back at me, and I will take another crossbow shot. I'm still gonna try to hopefully get them to charge
Alright.
me and run past the other.
And these are just your standard crossbow bolts, correct?
Yeah, these are my standard ones.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot the same ogre we hit twice earlier.
Sure. Take another shot.
Wow.
Are you freaking
Got-
kidding me? That's 3 criticals in a row.
Wow.
That is no bullshit.
Don't mind me.
That is the magical ogre of
Oh,
target
look at
attraction.
that! Really? For you two,
He
Farron?
really shouldn't have put on that magic
No,
ring
no,
he
that
found
was,
downstairs.
that was supposed to just to me. I'm just
Ridiculous.
a
All right, so he
work.
takes another 12 damage this
Oh,
time.
you know what? He saw.
He is just a pincushion.
Everybody has
There's a
money,
bolt
but-
sticking out of his cheek. There's a bolt sticking out of his chest. His face is totally singed. Yeah, he is not a happy guy.
Yeah, and once again, we all rolled like really crap damage on the dice. But thanks for the crits, we're actually doing okay damage.
right.
Okay.
I've got a stupid thing there that doesn't want to go away.
All right. So you're not controlling him, you mean?
Yeah, because I just saw something that Farron
Sure.
did for himself, and I'm going, wow! I'm going, wow! That's like amazing.
All
I was
right.
like, oh, I guess. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I have to go and grab his character sheet, so just bear with.
Oh, no problem. I mean, you can do
Yeah.
it later. I just saying. Oh,
only takes
that's
a-
right. Like reminder.
Yeah, I made it crit roll 101 so I could check to see if I fixed the damage.
All right, if I can. Oh, my computer just slowed down here. Too many windows open.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Bossalon takes another shot with the crossbow. Too high effect.
Kaboom!
I hit the other cheek.
And then, apparently, let's see. Let me think about this here. Okay. All right. I got that. And then next is... All right, so Kaylin, what would you like to do?
I would like. Let's make sure I have this in my backpack. I do. I would like to very surreptitiously toss caltrops
Hmm.
right in front of myself.
That's nice.
All right, roll a stealth check.
You don't hear the little ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that's probably going to be fairly obvious. All right, you toss him out, and it's hard to say if anyone noticed it in the heat of battle. And did you want to do anything else?
Nope, just gonna sit back and hopefully hope I'm still hidden.
All right, let me just make sure I know what those do. I can fill it in. Square. Okay, so which square did you want to place it in?
Right in front of me.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna give you a.
Harry's
little-
like, Kaylin, do you work out? Buns of steel.
Nope, not that. I want that. So, keep doing the wrong thing. Here we go. We're gonna go with that. And that. So right there, I will change the color to, shall we say, blue for your caltrops. Hard to see. Let's see if there's anything I can do with that. How about that hot pink? That's a little easier. Alright. Alright, caltrops on the floor. And that's it?
That is it.
Okay. Alright. Then it's going to be finally the ogre's turn. The ogre's... he's pretty pissed. He's going to probably just come charging... Let's see. He's not... what's he going to do? Yeah, he's a big dummy. He comes charging down there. He can move 40 feet. So where's 80? 80 feet is to there. So he's going to try to come charging all the way down. Clearly not going to make it all the way down. So when he runs past your caltrops, I believe is it, let's see, DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Alright, so let's see what happens. Because he doesn't know it's there. And he doesn't have very good...
Ooh.
Oh, no!
Big tree fall hard.
So he actually ends up, boom, right there, on the floor, in front of you. Does it take damage or just take 1 piercing damage? And he's reduced his speed by 10. So he's currently prone, slowed. So we're going to give him the snail. And he's prone, which I like to do this one here with the arrows in the back. So he's prone and slowed. And he took a point of damage. He doesn't look very happy at this point. The other ogre basically comes charging down behind him. I am going to give him a chance to see what happened. So let me give him a perception check here. That's just going to be a wisdom.
Ooh.
So he sees it. And I'm actually going to say he sees you too. So he stops right there. And he says, like, hello. That's it for the ogres, because he used all of his movement to get down there. So Farron, back to you, back at the top.
Flame.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, Kyra, by all means, do that first. So that was.
So I see number 2, and I'm like, all right, you're number 2. Boop.
All right, so the one that's still standing, you want to hit?
Yeah, because I said when I see the second one.
All right, so that hits, so he starts taking some fire damage. All right, so you hurl some fire at him. It glances off his shoulder, and there's a big, nasty singe mark on his skin now. Oh, crap. Farron just said he's got to be right back.
Maybe there was a phone ring or something like that.
Uh-oh. Dope.
I know it's out of order, but can I go while he's gone?
Yeah, let's just
Is that taboo?
We'll just say... no, that's totally fine. So we'll say he's holding for just a moment.
And I see the one on the ground. Ooh.
You see both of them at this point.
Well, I mean, because he is prone, I get advantage if I do melee. So,
yeah. Since
I had one hand on my shield and one hand going, I'm gonna do where's my cantrip? I'm gonna walk over to him and slash his face.
All right.
Primal savagery.
Yes.
It's melee, so I'm going to have advantage because you're prone.
Yes, you will.
No, I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one. Thank you.
Okay, 19 hits. So It takes 4 damage.
That's
and-
it? Really? I rolled like 2 2s? Oh, you are so crap.
Sorry. So you give him
Computer.
this. You rake down, thinking you're going to just claw him to shreds, but apparently ogres are tougher than they look, and it slices through some fat and skin, but doesn't quite bear down into him the way you wanted it to. He looks like he's hanging on by a thread at this point.
You know, if you'd only rolled 5 or better.
I know.
Not quite. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Aw,
No joke.
really?
Can you like
So-
jump on him so he falls into the caltrops further?
right?
So bonus action, movement.
All right, so I do that, and let's see, for my bonus. Well, everybody's pretty much healthy, so I don't need to do that for any bonus. So, all right, so I'm just gonna stand there and look pretty with long nails.
All right. So I'm just gonna keep moving fair and down the order here. So, Boslan, you're gonna be next. What would you like to do?
So this guy in front ate it, right?
Yeah. He's
fell
on the
down?
ground. Prone targets, you get you have a disadvantage with ranged attacks. Advantage.
Well, I was
with
actually going to sort of sling my crossbow, pull out the sword and shield, and come
Yep.
running forward.
Sounds good.
I actually wanted to go after the second one, but this other guy's sort of in my way, right? So I probably just charge up here and stick him.
Sounds good. You have enough movement, so make your attacks. This should be fairly easy for you. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20,
Ooh.
25. So that easily, you end his life with precision.
Do I get advantage because he's prone or anything?
Yeah, you do.
You do, so that's definitely a crit. It didn't
You
matter.
overkilled him.
You,
Yeah,
So that's like my third crit in a row.
technically,
Yes.
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Decapitated.
And
Yes.
technically, you would have another attack because of your feet, but there's nobody within range, and you only have 5 additional feet of movement, so you can't get in range.
Can I like sort of start
You
stepping
can
over the guy?
start. Yeah, I was just gonna say if you want, and let me send him to the back so you can.
You're not certain. You think you hear Bosson mutter something about like you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah. All right. So,
Oh, they have like shinies in their pockets.
do we have Farron back yet? No, not yet. All right. So
Something
we're
must
just
have
gonna
happened.
keep moving him down the pecking order here. So let me see. Before, all right. So after Boslan goes, you see. Your nemesis step out into the hallway.
Finally.
Slide out, I should say. He's going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He sees Boslan.
Shit, that changes things up.
He sees Boslan. Boslan, I need you to make a saving throw. This is going to be a Constitution saving throw, so...
All right, I saved my 4th level for you, biatch.
Watch it. Now when I want to roll good. Of course, actually, I'm pretty good at Constitution.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
Check.
So, Marlos Ernrel, you have not encountered. So, this probably raises the skin on the back of your neck, and you've heard legends of Medusas, but you've never encountered one. You probably didn't even know that they could be male, but this is definitely a male, staring at you, glaring these incredibly evil eyes boring into you. You feel your muscles start to tense, like more than just frozen in fear, like literally as if they're starting to lock of their, against their will. And you kind of like, you close your eyes, you shake your head, and basically view, like you look back at him over the shield, and you're like, you managed to shake it off.
Yeah. Actually, Boston has encountered a Medusa, so we'd probably be like, "Oh shit!"
there
The
you
minute he
go.
caught like the quickest glimpse of it, he ducks his head or
There you go.
tucks his face.
There you go. All right. That's fantastic. All right, so So, you know that. Then yes, you might want to share that information. So, Kalen, you see one ogre down, another ogre is standing right in front of you, and you see Marlowe slithering down the hall behind him.
Yes, this is what I needed. Okay. Alright, I finally found a spell that's gonna fucking work here. Alright. Well, I've already been spotted by this ogre. I know the Medusa dude, he does not see me yet, but I'm going to...
You see that Marlos is holding this massive weapon in his hands too. It's quite imposing and intense looking. It is basically a war pick. It looks gnarly.
Can we have a little above the? Because remember, let's go back to the conversation we had a couple months ago, Greg. Remember, it's not a war pick. It's a equivalent that Kalen would use in a sword capacity. Where it's literally the same exact. It's literally the same exact weapon. Just remember what we talked about, dude. Because Kalen he ain't wielding no fucking war pick. It's got to be a sword. It's got to be a sword.
No. It is a war pick.
I know, man, but let's just totally change it from a war pick to a sword with the same. We can do that.
Kirky's like, nope.
I will put thought into it, but
okay.
That's a pretty big request. We'll see. All right, so that's fine, but unfortunately,
for now, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So
so go ahead and do. What do you want to do?
All right. So I'm gonna do a 3rd level shatter spell.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. So they're both gonna make some saves. Shatter is con or dex?
Shatter. Blah 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 blah. Constitution throw. So
click on it anyway. It'll come right up. I forgot.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Constitution save. Alright, so the ogre fails.
3, boom.
The ogre gets a 10 and fails.
God damn it.
Mirage. I'm not Mirage. I'm making a mistake. Marlos is going to.
No, you basically haven't gone yet, so you get to go.
Oh. What I have.
We kind of skipped you.
Marlos
you got back.
succeeds, so Marlos will take half damage. The ogre takes all of it. So not as effective as you expected it to be. Unfortunately, it's like you target the wall or the floor, and it just blasts out. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to do the damage you thought it would do to either of them.
And then, for my bonus action, I am going to give Bossalon my last inspiration.
All right.
Maybe I can start to hit better now. Thank you.
Hit or damaged, brother. Don't forget.
Yes, you can use it for damage because.
Of course, I'll have a great run, and then I'll do nothing but like crap attack rolls for like the other half of the battle. So.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Here I have an excuse. His eyes are tightly shut, and he's got his fingers in his ears yelling, nah, nah, nah.
All right, Farron, I took you out of the initiative.
You're up, Reed.
Damn it. All right, Farron, I took you out of the initiative order, so now I'm putting you back in now. What do you want to do?
Okay. End it?
Marlos just arrived.
Marlos just stepped up, tried to stone Bossalon.
Kill the guy or I will do stuff.
Bossalon's not getting stoned. Alright, I'll just blow everybody up. I think that's a good move.
Yep, do that before I do my stuff.
Okay. That would be 2 sorcery points. I have none left. That would be 2 quicken. A good old fireball.
All right, let me get you the. Just use this. Old. Can you grab the other fireball there? Can you still grab it? The one that's up here. I can't seem to grab it myself, so I don't know.
No.
There.
I mean,
is.
it's.
Nope.
I'll just do it to there.
that just-
Pretty much, just yeah. I'll
Alright,
put it like right.
I'll put a
behind-
new one
no,
up. Just give me a sec here.
Just put it right behind Malross so that it like blows everybody up.
Oh, okay. So we don't even need it. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna try to. All right, so okay.
Boom.
Dexterity saving
What's that?
throws. Marlos. Dex
Rubbishy
save.
roll.
Marlos. Let's see. Fails. Marlos is gonna take all that stuff.
It's a rubbish roll. Two
Sorry.
ones.
I got something.
Two
for you,
twos.
Marlos.
Threes and a
And
five.
then let's see, the ogre.
That is a pretty bad roll.
Yeah. That's right. That's why I quickened. So I can bring it up with something
Ogre.
cool.
Is the ogre who's slow as who's clumsy and slow
Molasses.
actually succeeds.
It just scorches his bum.
Someone you can't quite see yet also fails. So
It scorched me bum.
all right, so everybody that failed takes 10, is it? Yeah, 10. It's 20, and if they succeeded, they
20.
take 10. All right, so
Yep.
it's 20.
Oh, good. We get to go again pretty soon.
All right, so Marlos failed, and the ogre succeeded. All right, spectacular. Anything else there, Farron?
Well, he goes again.
Yeah, he'll go again after the ogre. So.
I quicken so I can do my action now.
Okay, action.
I will then shoot a firebolt at Melross. Fire!
All right,
Wow.
that'll hit. Not a huge one,
Sixteen
but it's
fire damage.
All these red stuff.
I know, right? I took Farron out of the initiative, so where he's at now is where he's gonna be for the
Oh,
next
got
10
it. Got it.
rounds.
Got it. Thanks, Greg. Sorry about that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay. It's just he needed to pause for a moment, so he was waiting to assess the battlefield. All right, do you want to move, or are you gonna stay where you're at?
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a lot of fire there.
Then this guy comes into view. No.
Actually, I probably should have done that.
Damn it.
That'd have been better. Oh, well, never mind. Probably should have shot my bow twice.
All right, this guy comes
It's
into
all right.
view.
I got something going. That I'm gonna do.
And he
That
comes
should help.
down to try to aid Marlos. What the hell is he gonna do? He is going to. He's gonna open with a shatter of his own. Weak sauce. Alright, so he pops a shatter basically right here on this corner. And will blast the three of you. So DC 13 con saves, please.
Turn it down and it dings anyways.
I know. Alright.
It's like on
18, 20. Kalen and Boslan are both going to take 4 points of damage.
I hid behind the ogre.
Mm-hmm. And I need Kyra's roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you said all of you. You did say all.
All 3 of you.
I promise I wasn't just like ignoring you.
That was a shatter spell.
Alright, so all 3 of you take 4 thunder damage. Kaboom! There's a crack of thunder and splinters of rock go flying. Alright,
Alright, I got something for you,
the
dude.
ogre that is still there.
The
how's this
belly's
gonna
like.
work? He knows the caltrops are there. Okay, he's moving slowly through this, so he doesn't need to make the save. So he just takes a half step up, just so he can try to pound. Actually, he's probably gonna get.
Now,
So-
do I get a bonus attack because he's?
For what?
I mean, I know he knows that I'm there, but I mean, he's slowly going through these caltrops,
No,
right? To not.
yeah, he doesn't. He moves slow enough through it that it doesn't take. If you move through it in half speed, it doesn't affect you. So he's gonna take a
Like with
swing.
ball bearings.
Ooh. What
Ooh.
was that swing at? So we're gonna let the dice roll because I didn't declare it. So 1 or 2 is Kalen, 3, 4, Kyra, 5, 6, Boslan. Kalen, so you were in his face, and he takes a
Kaboom.
swing at you and just clobbers you with his club. Soft crit, 20 damage, double
Good for
8s.
It's not crit twice. You're on 2-8.
Yeah, that was gnarly. So he's like, that was my friend. Crunch.
My bum's hot.
No, he fucked me up.
That is all he's gonna do.
Did you make my bum hot?
Kyra, back to you.
All right, so I kind of tilt my head out, look around him, and I cast Watery Sphere right over these two effers.
Nice.
It's a 10-foot radius, 10-foot radius. So it's a 20-foot sphere.
Okie doke.
And
There
they
you
both
go.
need to make strength saving throws, or they will be restrained. And I'm gonna just freaking drag them all over the doggone place.
Kyra.
And hopefully they get restrained. If they are restrained, then they will have disadvantage on their attacks, and we will have lots of good stuff.
Do you have the spell that
We
you
will
can
have.
click,
Yeah,
or no?
I'm gonna flick it. I'm
Nice.
gonna do it.
You have
And
control.
we'll
of that
have
sphere now.
advantage if it succeeds.
It's
But the good
dex
thing
saves,
is,
I
it
think.
stays out there, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Even if they fail, they're gonna get
Right,
it again
right.
and again and
I
again.
got you.
And I need to find the freaking thing. Come on now, watery sphere. There we go. Bam.
Nice, thank you. Okay, so concentration up to a minute. All right. So 10 rounds. We'll put a. Go ahead and put your 10 on there. You conjure a sphere, 5 foot radius.
Well, I can't put 10, so I'll put a 0 for the first one.
No, it's a 5 foot radius, not 10.
Oh, and here it says a water with a 10-foot radius. Okay, well, whatever. They must have got it wrong in the thing. Well, it doesn't matter. They both get it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's a
you
5-foot
grab them
radius.
both. There you go.
That's-
And then it is okay. So
Yeah, I need to correct
sphere
this.
can
I guess.
hover, but no
this
more
is
than 10
wrong.
feet above the ground. The sphere remains its spell's duration. Any creature, the sphere must make a strength saving throw. Successful save, a creature is ejected, and if they fail, they're caught. All right, so strength.
And then I can drag them if they get out. Then I can go pick them back up again.
Right. All right. So Marlos save. Oh wait, what's your DC? He might
hold
not
on.
save.
15. He saves.
15, he saves. Okay, so he plops out. Let's see. Let's go to the back with that. He plops out right here. And then let's see if the priest saves. Strength save for the priest. The priest is caught. So
Alright.
he is now in your net. In your
So
watery net.
if y'all hit him, you have advantage on him, and he has disadvantage against y'all.
All right. Action. Any bonus action?
Um.
As a bonus action, can you move it?
No, it's an action to move.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna look at
As an action.
Marlos and tell him, "You're next, dude."
Right on. All right, Kara, well done. Boslan, what would you like to do?
Saving that for you,
I'm
dude.
probably stuck the stupid ogre in front of me, so I'm gonna fix the ogre problem first. So,
Yes, please.
attack with the short sword. Now, does it count as we've had a short rest when we were talking with that guy for like 5 or 10 minutes, or not?
No, you were on high alert the whole time.
So now we're at 9.
Remember, you have my bonus, Bossalon.
So, did you want to add
Yes.
that to
So
your attack?
I think I will use that because I don't think 11's going to hit. What is that bonus?
It is. Give me one
D8,
sec.
something like that.
Combat inspiration. It is a creature of inspiration can roll inspiration die. All right.
It's a D8. It's a D8.
Yeah, it's a D8. Sorry,
You
D8.
haven't gone up to 10 until right now. Like
Now, actually, let me ask something because there's still the Medusa on the far side of me.
Yep.
Can I keep the ogre between he and I, or should I be fighting with my eyes closed?
If you all right, so here's how it works. If you are choosing to avert your eyes, that is fine. But then if you try to do anything to Marlos, you basically you're disadvantaged, like you're fighting blind.
Actually, I think I know what I would do if it's not going to screw me up. Can I move here?
In order to move through enemy, you have to be two
Yes.
sides small. So you have to kill him first.
Okay, so I can't move there.
No,
'cause he's
well,
blocking the
technically you
intersection.
can do that if you make an opposed roll. So it'd be, I think it's acrobatics.
Will it otherwise screw up my attack?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Or is this just I may or may not have the opportunity to sort of dance past him?
Somewhere, damn it.
It's in the DMG. It's under like variant rules for like rolling,
Right.
rolling like through enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let me try an acrobatics check, and if it sucks, we'll assume it didn't work.
Yeah, that's fair. That's easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a
he's too
3,
big,
even
he's
though I'm
in your
awesome.
face.
We'll see that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just avert my eyes, and I will use the inspiration die roll, which was very inspiring. So I'm up to armor class 19.
Wow.
I think you
would've
have
done-
to keep your eyes closed. Let me see. All right, hold on. Let me see this.
Well, good thing that was the lower one. That's your disadvantage. Jeez.
Tumble. Creature can try to tumble through a hostile creature's space, ducking and weaving.
Yes.
As an action or a bonus action, the tumbler makes a dexterity acrobatics check contested by the creature's dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay.
Tumbler
Well,
wins the
so
contest. It can move through the hostile creature's space on this turn.
that would have been a
my
bonus
Action or a bonus. It's an action or a bonus action to do what it says.
So we'll say if you didn't want to do that, that's fine. 'Cause,
I probably would have tried it as my bonus action,
Okay.
but it failed, so we'll
then you
just sort of
get
ignore
your 2
that
attacks
anyway.
then. All right.
Okay. So you're going to be using the variant rule? That might help, actually.
It would just do a bigger creature.
No, I'm just saying, if he's going to use that, I might think about doing that in the future. That's what I was wondering. I was
I
like,
don't know if it's a variant rule, just like an additional rule, because it
Additional
doesn't. I
rule?
think it's variant.
All right.
oh, okay, okay.
All right. So Boslan averts his eyes from Marlos, so he doesn't look at Marlos this turn.
Oh, okay.
Steps over to the side, takes a slice at the ogre. So you're adding the 8 for your attack then?
Yes, that would take me up to AC 19.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that easily hits. So damage was 13.
Yeah.
And then your second attack. Thank you.
Second
Karen, I
attack?
appreciate that. I knew I read it. I just couldn't remember.
That's cool. And that's like an
All right.
action or bonus
Well,
action. Okay. Cool. I just learned something.
to your dismay, I think you realize after the fact that they're actually easier to poke than you thought. So that was sort of a burnt roll. So
I hit him on a frickin' 11.
you hit him on an 11.
Yeah, they're big.
He is almost dead. Not happy. He's
Man, if I knew
bleeding.
they were that weak, I would have pulled out the battle axe and gone for the, crazy great weapon master swing.
Yeah, he is bleeding profusely. All right, so Boston, that's probably the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'm not doing much anything, I don't think, other than just sitting there sticking at the guy and keep my gaze averted. By the way, it is 11 p.m., so I got to call it at the end of this round.
All right. So Marlos's turn. What is he gonna do? I think he's gonna come up and try to wail on Kalen.
Good. There's a big old fat ogre in your way, dude.
Yeah, so he's gonna move up here, next to the ogre. I'm gonna give you 3/4 cover, so you'll get +5 to your AC.
Cool.
But he is gonna try to make a couple of attacks. So he makes 3 attacks, I think. Double check. Yeah. All right, so he makes 3. So his snake hair tries to bite out at you. Does 24 hit your AC with the +5 to your AC?
It does.
All right.
Okay.
So you take 10 poison, or sorry, 10 piercing and 13 poison.
I'm dead.
All right. Go down. Seeing that, he is going to then hold the rest of his actions.
Bastards! He killed Kenny.
He can hold his actions after he takes his actions.
Well, he's not going to attack any. He's not. Seeing that Kaylin goes down, he kind of turns his attention to the rest of you. He's not going to force a. He's not going to try to kill you outright. At least not right now. So, first thing you got to do, Kaylin, is make a death saving throw.
Yep.
Roll a 20.
That's all right. I got you, Kevin.
Wait, just a D20.
Death save on your character sheet. Right.
Where is it?
Should be right in the middle.
Oh yeah, death save.
I need to change this watery sphere.
You can
This
just
is
roll
wrong
it.
in here.
It's fine. All right, 1 success. Why did it say 1 failure? You should not have any failures. You should
Oh,
have
I
one
clicked
success.
on the box. I clicked on the
Oh,
box.
okay. So unclick failure. You have 1 success. Click on 1 success. And then it is Farron's turn.
Okay.
So does that just mean I'm like stabilized?
Nope. You are dying, but
Ooh,
you're moving towards stabilization.
got it.
You'll be fine. No worries.
I will take 2 shots at this ogre with my bow.
All right. Yeah. If the first one kills him, I'll say your second one. The first one kills him. That's exactly what you
No.
needed.
Okay. Well,
So you shoot with Storm Fury and take him down to 0. He collapses over top of the other ogre, nearly knocking Boslan back.
do I have to use sneak attack on that first one, or can I
No.
save it?
You can use it on anyone you
I
choose.
can't use it on Malroth anyway because nobody's within range. That's
Nope.
Yeah, yeah. Kalen is within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, but he's unconscious. He's not posing as a
Yeah, he's not posing in a
You're right.
threat anymore. Yeah. 5 foot radius,
So
not
you
10
can make a
foot
regular attack
radius.
against him.
5 foot radius. Oh, you can see this sphere can have up in the 1, 2. There we go.
I wonder if I can get advantage.
Fixed.
If I pop a lucky before I shoot, that gets me advantage. Will I be able to then get sneak attack on him?
If you get if you use lucky, the lucky feat, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
You can choose to expend on that.
Interesting. I don't think
After
lucky
you roll.
actually says advantage. Does it?
Yeah.
You just get to re-roll.
You just roll. Yeah, probably not. Never mind then. I was just thinking if I do it, if I say I'm going to do it before, it's technically luck. Well, it's advantage because I'm rolling 2 and taking the higher. But never mind. It's cool. I'll just shoot him. I'll save them for later.
Do you have inspiration?
No.
Yeah, I think you'd need inspiration. All right, so that's not gonna hit.
I will spend a luck point to use to make it a 20.
That's
20
no
hit.
re-roll. We're not doing that. That's because you already
Oh,
conceded
okay.
20. So it's just
Oh,
re-roll.
okay.
If you want to try again, you just re-roll.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
25 hits. All right. So you go to release the second. So the ogre falls. You are about to release it. You like pause. You thought you could follow through with your second shot and just hit Marlos immediately, but then you realize just at the last second, wait. He's not where I thought he was. He shifted over to the left. And so you go firing an arrow right over Boslan's shoulder and pierce into the body of Marlos. He takes all of that damage.
Cool.
And seems irritated. Alright, so that's action. Bonus action movement.
I think as a bonus action, I will burn a second level and just get 2 sorcery points.
Alright.
That'll be my turn.
Alright, the Black Earth Priest is stuck in your watery web. What?
At the end of his
He
turn,
makes
he
a
can do
saving
a
throw.
strength saving throw.
Another saving throw to get out. Alright, he'll try. Let's see what happens. So he's like floating around in there, trying to get out.
Trying to breathe, and he can't breathe.
So that's a success. So I guess he's going to...
No, it's not. It's a 6.
Did I read the... Oh, I read the wrong... I'm sorry. I read the wrong number. You're right.
No
That
problem.
is a 6. That is a fail. So he cannot... He is just floating around in this sphere, like turning flips and trying to right himself. And sorry, I read a number higher up on
no
the
problem.
screen. So, all right. So he's pretty much useless. The
Good.
ogres are dead.
And it's my turn.
So we're gonna do
I'm
this
gonna
last
take
bit,
him.
and then we'll call it.
Him
Oh
and
wait,
his
the Black
self-
Earth Priest was the bottom of the round. Do you want to call
Oh,
it there
okay,
for
okay.
Boslan? Do
I
you
see
want to
the
call it? Should we go through one more?
Where are we now? Are we? Yeah, I gotta stop, guys. I'm still jet lagged and have stuff to do tomorrow. So, we can continue this next week. I would guess. Is that
absolutely.
okay?
Cool.
Yeah, so we're in the heat of combat. We have basically. It seems that this bugger Marlos, the Earth Prophet, went and found some reinforcements. He apparently went down to the Fane of the Eye and returned with a couple ogres, which you guys made mincemeat of, and a priest, which is now floating in a sphere controlled by Kyra. Kalen has been clobbered by a club and bitten by the nasty stinging snakes of Marlos's Medusa hair, and he is currently lying on the ground, not breathing. What will happen? Tune in to the next episode to find out. Thank you for joining us. That was a great game, everybody. Lots of fun. See you guys at a table someday. Keep rolling 20.